I'll get my light in. Hey, what's up, family? I'm back. Okay, y'all made me go in the hotel room, so I had to, I had to go in the hotel room for this one because and get my computer on. You know what I'm saying? Go back into the hotel room. So y'all made me go in the hotel room here. All right, so I am back. Let's start from the beginning. We start from the beginning because I believe this information is very important to those who want to understand how to use their numbers to be better. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Awakening Grace. Yeah, so why I'm doing this is because a lot of us are entering a new cycle coming into the new year. Remember, in numerology, most numerologists usually go by the actual year that you come in. So as soon as January 1st come in, considered under this frequency 2019. But I always insist that you go from birthday to birthday. So if you're born, let's say December today, December 23rd. If you're born December 23rd, then you are actually still in the frequency or the vibration of 2028 all the way to your next birthday. I mean, 2018, 28. Ooh, I'm out there. My mind is see, I'm an Aquarian, so my mind is in 2028. So in 2018, so if you're born today, you're just, because you're at the end of the month or the end of the year cycle, you're going into what you're calling the still vibrating off of the 2018. But as you go into 2019, even before your birthday, you start to feel the effects of 2019. So you have the duality of the two energies going on throughout your chart if you're born towards the end of the year, because in actuality, numerology is from birthday to birthday, not just from year to year, from birthday to birthday. So if you're born today on the 23rd, let's say you add December, which is a number 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus the 23rd, which is a 5, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 and 3 is 8, and you still add it to the 2018 energy, which adds up to 11, which is a 2. So in actuality, the person born today is going into a number 1 year cycle. They are in their number 1 year cycle officially today, but they have felt the effects of it all year long before their birthday while they were in their number 9. So usually number 9 represents endings, completion, endings of job, relationship, completion. That's what they're going through, but also preparing for the new beginning. That's why I tell people that they must always prepare in their critical cleansing cycle. And being that all of us has a cycle, let's be real. How is it that we believe that the universe goes through a cycle? We believe that the plants go through a cycle. We believe that the weather go through a cycle. And then we as human beings don't go through that. And then we as men have the nerves to say that only women go through cycles. No, that's not true. Men go through cycles just like women go through cycles. That's why sometimes men could be acting like a little Mitch because they're going through a cycle. And you don't know, women don't understand because they was taught that they were the only one that goes through the period, having the period or the menstrual cycle, when men go through a cycle also where they might be up, down, happy, whatever, and just like everybody else. It's just that women's cycle shows through the issuing of blood. That's all. It's a cleansing for them. It's not a curse, ladies. Your menstruation is not a curse, but it's a cleansing. Now, according to people like Dr. Africa, so if you eat a certain way, you can actually lower that frequency or lower the days that it come down to 2 days, probably even 1 day, where it's just spotting and keep it moving. But as I've been out here in Florida, a friend of mine suffered massive period problems. And I mean, to the point that I'm finding out that a lot of women are going through certain massive period cycles without even having fibroids or having problems down there. And women are actually removing their wound or having hysterectomies due to the complications they've had with menstrual cycles. Some women are doing it. It's real. Some women are doing it. And usually certain doctors will say women that are going through that needs to have children. They need to have children because having a child will open up the according to them, open up the path and lessen the problem as far as with severe cramping and menstrual cycle. That's according to them. Don't quote me. I'm just listening to one of the doctors. I'll find that out. I'll make my doctor friend that lives out here, because I was staying with a couple earlier that happens to be doctors, and she was explaining that to me. But I'm not a doctor. Don't take anything. I go research it for yourself. But let's get back to numerology. All right, let's get back to numerology. That is true in my case. Wow, that's true in your case, sister. Well, man, y'all got to pay attention. Now, getting back into numerology, being that you're going in, if you want to find out your personal cycle going into this new year in your birthday, let's say your birthday is coming up in January, February, March. If you add your month and add the day, add your month and the day you were born, add the month and the day you were born to the year. So if I'm born February the 1st, that's 2 plus 1 equals 3. And then 2019, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 12, which is a 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So I am entering my 6th personal year, which it is a part of my crossroads, because last year was also my crossroads. This year is my crossroads of my life. And also 7 is like the waning out of the crossroad. Now you're more reflective. So I am entering my 6th personal year. So you will add, let me repeat that again. You add the month you were born with the day you were born and add the year that we're entering in. We're entering 2019. So if you want to know your personal cycle coming up in 2019, add the month that you were born with the day that you were born with the year that we're going into, which is 2019. And you can keep on doing. If you want to find out what you need to do and how you need to guide yourself in 2020, you do the same thing. You add the month you were born with the day you were born and the year that we're going in. You could go as far as 3027. That's how numerology works. If that's how long you plan on living, that's how numerology works. But like I said, universally, because we're still following about the following the Gregorian energy of numbers or of year, like in China, it might be 4,000. It might be the year 4018 going into 4019. It's a matter of culture, but that means that energy still resonate there with China. So numbers don't lie. No problems with numbers at that. It's just that they have kept up with their 4,000 year or 5,000 year culture. Now we're here all resonating and all going to fall into place with 2019. As soon as that ball drop, we're going to say happy 2019. So all of us have put in the energy. Are we supposed to fight it? No, don't fight it. Work it. Use it for your benefit, especially in 2019, because 2019 adds up to the 12, and the 1 and the 2 has its own resonant energy. But in numerology, the 12 represents being very mindful of letting other people use you. And make sure if there is anyone trying to use you in any way that's positive or negative, make sure you recognize it. And if it seems like it's against your spirit, against your energy, then speak up against it. Speak against if anybody's trying to use you in a number, because 12 is the number that deals with people trying to use you to get their own benefits, for benefit themselves. And like I said in the last broadcast before I deleted it, because of course I was doing it over my phone, Sister Soldier used to say, if you're not being used, you're useless. All of us are using somebody for some reason. If you live in an apartment, you're using that landlord to use that apartment. Y'all are paying each other, and he's giving you a spot to live. As long as you pay him, that's a form of using. That's a form of using. There's good using and there's bad using. If people are using you to do some corruptive stuff, then that's bad using. If people are using you, like your boss is using you to go get that client or get that contract, that's good using, because you're gonna benefit from it. So any usury that you're gonna benefit from, as long as it's with integrity and with the highest esteem and highest fortitude, then that's good usury. If it's something of low esteem and low fortitude, then that's bad usury. Let's keep it simple. All right, let's keep it simple. Now, going in, I'm going to talk about the number 7 year. Don't worry, I got you. I'm going to talk about it, the personal year. But you understand, in 2019, if you add everybody, what I want everybody that's watching me, add your birthday, the day you were born, the month you were born, not your year that you were born. Add the day you were born, the month you were born, and add it to 2019. And then everybody put it up there. Just everybody put it up on the description bar. Everybody put it up on the comment section. And I will run it down real quick. Okay? Real quick. Boom. I'm entering the number 6 year, which is one of my crossroads years. Remember, the crossroads years are the center mass number, but it really starts from like 4 all the way to like 7. From 4 to 7, because 4 represents getting your life together, structuring and organizing your life. 5 represents the freedom and the flexibility of what you need to do in that year, but also maintaining the discipline of the 4 on structure so you don't become scattered. 6 represents the balance and harmony and truth and justice within yourself, and then showing it to others. 7, in a 7 personal years, that's a spiritual reflection year. Usually the 7 year is not a good year to get into relationships, because you're also trying to get into your deeper spirituality, your deeper understanding, your deeper insight. And you'll find that your intuitiveness is turned up a little more in a number 7 year. Although we all have intuition, we all have psychic abilities, but in certain frequency years, certain vibrational years, the 7 is one of them, is one of the numbers that turns up that frequency. So you become more introverted. So you become more reflective of what you need to do and how you need to move on. And research orientated. You might think about traveling, during a crossroads of your life. Usually it's about either traveling or getting to know yourself, or bettering or strengthening yourself, or organizing yourself. So when that 8 year comes in, that money year comes in, it is what it is, because the 8 year represents money and power, but it also represents discipline going into that year. And it also represents old things coming back to you, whether positive or negative, because 8 is that cycle. It's actually 2 different circles going. 8 is, a lot of people like to say 8 is the infinity number. No, 8 is not. 8 has its own energy compared to the symbol of the infinity number that goes like this. 8 in actuality is 2 zeros on top of each other, one going clockwise and one going counterclockwise. So it represents the negative way, and it represents a positive energy and factor. Are those energy, is positive and negative bad? No. They're 2 extremes on the same cycle. It's just how you use it. In this realm, it became bad and good. So one circle might represent build, and the other circle might represent destroy. So like in the 5%, they say build and destroy is number 8. Yes, it is build and destroy, because in that cycle of your life, you can either build your life or build your career, or you can destroy your career. You can either make money or you can lose money, depending on what you did in the years that build up to the number 8. That's why the crossroads years, the 4, 5, and the 6 years and the 7 years are so important, leading into that number 8 and into that number 9 frequency. Very important. So yes, if you are in a master number year, like let's say your number adds up to a number 11, I still put the number. Let's say your personal years adds up to a number 11. I still put the number 2 as a slash by it, because some people actually always go towards the lesser frequency of the number, because they don't understand the master number 11. And master number 11 is not an easy number to get to really raise to, unless you are training yourself, unless you discipline yourself, unless you focus yourself, unless you keep in contact with your internal and your revelatory energy. Because master number 11, just like any master number 11 and master number 22, think about this. If you're studying to be a martial artist, and I tell people in my readings all the time, if you're studying to be a martial artist and you want to be the master, you got to go through some stuff to get through some stuff. You got to go through the techniques. You got to go through the blocking. Then you got to go take a test. Then you might have to fight some people. You might have to test and work out all the way until you get dead tired. I know this because I had to go through this. Till you're dead tired. You might have to work out to get till you get dead tired. And then they tell you to go fight 3 people, because that's what mastery acquiring entails. Now, I haven't gotten my black belt yet. I'm up to brown belt, but just to get to my brown belt, I had to fight 2 people. Had to fight 2 people on a 2-man attack. Just that. So, but I'm telling you, family, if you are born under any master numbers, 11 or 22, I'm not going to say 33 because there's no 33rd day of the month, but 11 and 22, if you are born on a master number, just be very, very conscientious of what you do, how you do, and pay attention to your intuition and learn and understand what you are supposed to master in this realm. What are you supposed to do? People like Minister Farrakhan has found what he's supposed to be done, what he's supposed to do. He's born on May 11th. People like Elephant Man, the reggae artist, born on September the 11th. People like Taraji P. Henderson, they know what they have to do. Do they go through problems? Of course they go through ups and downs, but understanding that master number 11 is very important frequency that we all, because we go through that master number 11, we go through that master number 11 personality, personal number. And when you're in a master number 11 personal number, that is the fame and fortune that you're supposed to get on the positive side. That is knowing what you're meant to do in your life on the positive side. That is also gaining prestige from people around you and people in your job, even if it's on a lower level. Even if you're working a job, you find yourself making more money and all that stuff, because the number 1, the number 11, and the number 3 are the expansion years. The number 1, the number 2, or the number 3, or the number 10, the number 11, or the number 12, or the 3 is the expansion years. So you're supposed to expand. That's why I said in an earlier video that in a number 3 year, going into 2019, each one of us, because we're in that frequency of 2019, we all need to expand what we're doing on other levels, or expand our mind, expand our body, and expand our soul. Do something in order to take yourself to the next level in a number 3 year. I don't care if it's spirituality. I don't care if it's money making. I don't care if it's setting up your own brand, out your own business. That's very important that you at least acknowledge that in a 2019 year, everyone has the ability to at least start a business, or while they're working for somebody else, and start implementing what they need to do. Now, I see people up here. Let me see what I can see. Can you do my birthday? Can I do your birthday? I'm not doing any birthdays right now because I'm just gonna touch on everybody's numbers that's been, like, I want y'all to do it. I want y'all to learn this. So remember, this is what I said earlier, family. Add the month you were born to the day you were born, and then add 2019, and then post it on the comment section. Now, Miss Carrie, okay, Love, let's start with Miss Love 16. You're in a number 4 year. All right, you're going into a number 4 year. So what it tells me in numerology is 4 deals with structuring yourself. 4 deals with managing your life, getting your life together, dotting every I and crossing every T. So whoever's at Brittany Valentine, you're also in the number 4 year. So depending on the rest of your numbers, when I do a consultation for you, remember, in a 4 year is one of the crossroads years, because it's about getting yourself together and also structuring and disciplining yourself in what you want to do and how you want to do. Even if you have that number 22 is still 4. But remember, 22 is a master builder number. So whatever you put into your mind's eye and decide to work on it, you can accomplish it, especially if you're born under the master number, or if you're going to a master number 22 year. So anytime you run into those 11 or 22 or 33s, you don't necessarily, according to numerology and the rules of numerology, you don't necessarily break it down from the 22. You don't break it down. You don't break it down. Let me switch the position. Put this thing on my bed. You don't break down the master numbers. However, a lot of us are not able to. A lot of us, because we weren't taught or guided well, are not able to. Handle certain master numbers. Now, the master number 33 is a number of healing, expressive and expansive healing. As a matter of fact, many of the prophets, their names was connected to the master numbers. Like Jesus' name is connected to the master number 11. Prophet Muhammad's name is connected to the master number 22. Various prophets in the scriptures, quote unquote scriptures, are connected to master numbers. Even if you don't know their birthdays, you could read a person's name. So it tells me that even the lexicons and the Jesuits and all the different lexicon dictionary scholars, they study numerology because most of them are either Jewish or Catholic that have studied numbers. So when I start seeing master number frequencies around certain names, I say, I learned to put 2 and 2 together and do my research. Because remember, Pythagoras, according to them, is one of their greatest studies or scholars in mathematics. And remember, Pythagoras went to Africa and India and studied numerology and brought it back to Greece. It's already written. Whether he used it through music, whether he used it through art, through astronomy, astrology, and all that, numbers was necessary. And Pythagoras is one of their greatest. Even Isaac Newton said that Pythagoras went off for 22 or 23 years and had to come back and bring it back. So if you do want a consultation from me, please, even while I'm out of town, remember, I only do my consultations from Monday through Friday. If I'm traveling, I will specify. But I'm going to put my number. You text me your full name and date of birth. Text me full name. I'm writing it down now. Full name and date of birth. D-O-B, not O-D-B, D-O-B to 347-496-1022. You know, when I just do these kind of quick numerology sessions and off the cuff, it's what it is it's a disservice. It's a disservice to all of you because you have much more number frequencies that can guide you. And remember, I always say, you notice that I never say that numerology is the is all and the be all, and you got to follow this and you got to do this. No, it's not like that. Numerology is like the GPS in your car or in your phone. It triangulates what's going on around your life. And we give you the positive road or the negative road you can take. It's totally up to you. It's either high frequency or low frequency. At the end of the day, each one of you have it all in your hands. Even palm reading is a powerful science that came from us. Even palm reading, because these lines represent something. They all represent something. Even in your face, you got doctors that read your face and read your retina and your eye. People like Dr. Africa read your tongue and your teeth. And you got to understand that your body is always talking to you in mathematics, in some type of symbol, because numerology is just symbols. And our culture, we spoke through symbols. Like everybody knows this symbol. This is from the Ndinkra symbol, meaning omnipotent creator, the Janami. So this is a symbol we spoke to. This is how we spoke. That's how we spoke, through those symbols. Now, getting back to some of the people in there, let me scroll up because I missed some of y'all up there. Brittany, I said you was in the number 4 year. So this is all about getting your life together. Be careful. Anybody in the 4 year, love 16, be careful of secret haters. People might hate you either on your job or secret enemies in your job or around your family. Just be very mindful. And in a number 4 year, be very conscientious of how you speak to people. Make sure if they misunderstand you in a number 4 year, make sure you clear it up. If you're texting messages, make sure you dot every I, cross every T, and read the text before you send it. That is the guidance I give you for a number 4 year because it is a structure. Those that are going, King Ram is in an 8 year. Remember, this 8 year represents money and power on one side, but it's also the loss of money and power if you didn't do what you have to do coming in from the 4, 5, 6, and 7 year. That's why the crossroads of your life is very important. Pardon me what I'm dressed in. I just came in from a workout on the beach. So I've been pumping and doing I'm coming back big when I come back. I'm coming back. Woof. I'm gonna have some fun. So so in the 8 year, also it represents 8 and 4 because they are multitudes of each other. But those particular numbers reflects discipline, organization, the building process. But it's just that 4 is a more lesser frequency. That's the hard work you got to put in. 8 just means the reaping of the benefits. That's what 8 represents, the reaping of the benefit. And 9 represents completion. So if anybody is going into a number 9 year, 9 represents seeing things to its finish, completing a task, completing a job, endings of maybe relationships and jobs and all that, moving on in some form or fashion. You're moving on from one level to another. So that's what the 8 year represents. So in numerology, it's so easy, so simple. I'm going to be teaching classes, online classes. I'm going to see if I can do it on on YouTube, but you have to pay, and then you'll get the YouTube link, and it'll be a private class on YouTube because it seems like everybody all around the world can get YouTube. Not everybody can get on Facebook. So I'm going to learn that system before my class in March, or I'm going to use either Zoom or Skype, but I have to learn these systems. I haven't learned. So I'm going to probably call I'm going to probably call Brother Panic and probably have them educate me on how to do my the Skype, because I know Panic and Sister Khadija does it over Skype also. Let me see. Sassy Sweet 516 plus 5. I want you to do it. 5 plus 16 plus 2019 equals what? That's what I want you to do, Sassy. Peace, Brother King Simon. Brother Simon, can you give me a quick reading? First of all, Karima, I want you to get that. Like I said, you got a lot in your name. Just your name alone tells me a lot. So I want you to do a numerology session with me. You're in your 6 right now. You're in you're right now. You're still resonating on 2018. So 6 plus 6 is 12, and 2018 equals 11, which is a 2. So 12 plus 2 is 13, 14. So you're in your crossroads of your life. You're in a number 5 year. A lot of ideas is coming to you, Karima. Please write them down. And if you can't put them to work, at least start recognizing the brilliant information that's coming to you. Educate yourself on the brilliant information that's coming to you, and turn that information into money and power by any means necessary. In this, because 5 is a good year, and then you're going into a number 6 year, and because you're born on the number 6 year, next year is going to be a great year for you. But you got to maintain your balance, you got to maintain your discipline, you got to maintain your structure, you got to maintain your organizational skills, and you also have to write, because your alignment numbers are 3. See, I deal with alignment numbers. I deal with personal numbers. I deal with the year number. I deal with life path. I deal with destiny numbers. I deal with soul urges, internal numbers. I deal with external numbers in your name. I deal with the consonant numbers. I deal with the vowel numbers. That's why in numerology, notice ancient language don't have vowels. Certain ancient languages like Kemet don't have vowels. Think about this. Certain language in Hebrew, they don't have vowels. Arabic, they don't have vowels to a certain extent. But check this out. The vowel, when you add the vowel, it adds the vowels inside of language or inside numerology represents the internal you, the internal being of yourself, the soul urge, what you have deep within you. The consonants represents the external you, what you are and what talents and gifts you can present to the world. But the vowels represent the inner talents that you could present to the world if you just dig within and bring them out. So doing just your birthday is a disservice to you. I love doing I do it for the full hour. Like it's $70, $90 if you want to record it for 35 minutes. I even go over like 5 minutes or more, depending on how my flow and my energy. And then it's $130 for a whole hour, and you get a recording. So, and you get to listen back to the information over and over again. People really love to listen to the information, because I explain it to you and break it down to you so you can understand it from a child's perspective. A child can add 1 plus 1 equals 2, but explain to them what the 1 means. what the 2 means, what the 3 means, what the 4 means. I can break it down to a little child. My own little son was understanding numerology when he was 7 years old. My own son. And now that he's 12 years old, he's quite good, but he hasn't added it to his regimen as far as his life is concerned. My phone, can I call and set up? Just text me your full name and date of birth, Karima. Please, anybody, text me your full name and date of birth, and then I have to check my schedules because I only do numerology sessions from Monday through Friday, because Saturday and Sundays I'm either with my family or I'm doing other things, and I'm working on preparing certain things for my next lectures and all that. Also, if you are in England or Canada, hit me up on Skype, King Simon Numerology, 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Let me get a book real quick. I want to show you that, numerology ain't no joke. Hold on. Hold on. Of course, I gotta get my book. All right, so I'm gonna tell you, these are good books to get. This is by an Indian guy, and I've done this in my classes. Harish Jahari, he's been dead since the 90s. He's transitioned to the 90s. Good book to have. A lot of people sometimes they get afraid of reading and studying. Look, study the book. But in his numerology book, a lot of the numerologists, this is my teacher's book, one of my teachers, Lloyd Strayhorn, Numbers in You, very good book also. Get it on Amazon. You can get both of these books on Amazon and Kindle. And don't forget, get my book. It's a simple guide, very simple. That's why I said numbers are simple. People are complicated. I have this and I have one for children too. So get my book on Amazon and Kindle. You can download it. And if you want to take my class, make sure you have this. If you want to take my class in March after during the spring equinox, spring equinox. If you want to take my class, spring equinox is it spring? What is it? Spring equinox? Yeah, I think it's. I can't. But if you want to take my class, boom, get my book. That's part of the whole class regimen. Also, that's one of the manuals for my class. And then I also got in the back of the book. In the back of the book, I got recommended reading. Got to have a bibliography in the back of the book. Of course, Lloyd Strayhorn is on the top. Solar Numerology by Nasut Amun-Re. Senatum-Re is on the second. Then Your Days Are Numbers by Florence Campbell. Numerology for Healing by Michael Brill. Numerology Key to Human Behavior, the one I just shown you. Harish Jahari, excuse me. Numerology for Beginners by Jerry Bauer. Helping Yourself with Numerology by Helen Hitchcock. Book of Numbers by Shiro. Complete Astrologer is also a good book. The Story of Paracelsus. Magic into Science is a good book. Complete Guide to the Tarot by Eden Gray is a good book. And How to Win Games of Chance by Kenneth Dickinson, Black brother, and Lloyd Strayhorn. I got a few Black authors up there. I have it mixed up. I have Black and white and Indian all there. So, yeah, please. So before I get off, again, exclusive, you're in a 3-year. Let me just read something about show you how numerologists work, because we all work together, even no matter what year it is. The frequency and the energies and the meaning of the numbers don't change. It's just how you elaborate on it or you expound on it as the different years come in. And like I've said before in other videos, even you could pinpoint certain energies to the very month. So when you do a numerology consultation with me, I also give you the months that are good for you or high frequency for you or low frequency months. I give you those different things. I also give you the numbers that are good for you and the lower frequency numbers. And I give you the neutral numbers that you have to work with. So it's a full reading. It's a full reading, and it could get even deeper if people want to go for 10 years. I try not to do all of that because I don't know what's going to happen to you in 10 years. Although I've had it done. I've had numerology readings all the way until, so from the first time I got into numerology officially about 15 years ago, I have a numerology chart that's going all the way until I turn 80. Do I need it? Yeah, I do need it, but that brother who did that was a student of Lloyd Strayhorn, and that was, I get to look at stuff year by year, but He just wrote it in numbers. He didn't give no write-up with it. So I got to research and study it myself so I understand it now, and I didn't understand it then. But now I understand it because I am now teaching and I study. Did I miss you speaking on the number 9 going into a number 10? Yeah. No, you didn't miss me speaking. First of all, somebody said it was in a 5-year. First, let me show you what he says about the 5-year. The number 5 years ruled by Mercury, a year of success and financial stability. It brings an increase in one's circle of friends. Boom, let me stop there before. Every number has duality. So if it doesn't bring finance, if you was reckless in what you was doing in the years before, then it would bring a loss of finance. If you was reckless with how you dealt with friends, then you will have a loss of people in your friends. Remember, numbers have duality. It's high and lows. So either you can spiral up or you can spiral down. And some people stay complacent and just spiral in circle without going up or going down. So part 1 of what he said, that's going through a 5-year cycle. Good for business and businesses and businessmen. If you handled your business prior to getting into a number 5, then it will be very good for you because everything has its ups and downs cycle. Think about it. But if you didn't handle your business, this can be a very scattering year because on the negative of a number 5 is scattering. And sometimes people that have the 5 energy or born under number 5 can get into sex addiction, drug addiction, liquor addiction. Even when you're going out and you're in a 5-year, just be careful of your intake of whatever enjoyments and fun that you have, because that could cause problems, especially if you get hooked into drinking too much or smoking too much in a number 5 year. Not going to touch more. So if somebody said they're in a number 3 personal year, great. Number 3 personal year it's one of the expansion years. According to Johari now, Mr. Johari, he says number 3, more knowledge and practical wisdom. A time to complete old projects, just like a number 9, because now notice this. Notice 9, 3, and 6, and 9 are power numbers in the sense that because they are multiple of each other, it's just that in the sense that they are multiple of each other, each one of them represents a certain degree of power to a certain degree. All numbers have a certain power, but 3, 6, and 9, according to people like Tesla and Einstein, 3, 6, and 9 is a very powerhouse universal number because those numbers represent the expansion, the balance, and the completion and the universal rise of something. So 3, 6, and 9, 3, 6, 9, if you add them all up, still adds up to 18, which is the number 9. So it's seeing things to completion, seeing it to a finish. But number 9 represents the universal growth, the universal mindset. And because the number 9 is the highest number on the chart, if you're born under number 9 or in your number 9 year, always think on a higher level. Going back to the number 3, 3 represents time to complete old projects, new friends and acquaintances. This is also a year to bring financial gain, name, and honor. It makes one express oneself more clearly. 3 is a number of expression. So if you hold yourself back, and usually a person could hold themselves back because of what their sign or the energy of their sign dictates. Like they might be a peaceful sign and don't want to speak up, or certain numbers in their chart might not tell them to speak up because they've been suppressed so many years. Like if you're born, let's say you're born one of the most peaceful, quiet type signs is usually, and none of y'all crazy. Every one of y'all have y'all craziness. I've dealt with some. Let me see. Let's take a peaceful sign like a Libra. Libra represents balance and love. Okay, Libra represents the 6 energy. Now, if a Libra person is born on, let's say, October the 3rd, and they only stay on their love frequency, they only stay non-confrontational or non-conversational because of that wanting never get into fights, not to get into arguments. That 3 energy is dictating that you got to speak up. Anytime you have a 3 energy around you, whether you're in a 3-year or 3 person of the year, 3 born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, the 30th of the month, or if you're in a 3-month, that's the year, that's the number. That, like, for instance, my alignment number, and that's another form of numerology, how I get my alignment number. I'm born February 1st. 2 plus the 1, the second month, February, plus the 1 equals 3. That's your alignment number. So if you add the month plus your day, that's your alignment number. That's your achievement number. And each number has a significant meaning to help guide you to rise to the next level. Now, just like, look at my Cash App. Look at my Cash App, and I'm going to put it up here, Cash App. You can pay me through Cash App if you want to. Also, Cash App. And look at the numbers that follow my Cash App when I put it up there. It's King Simon, of course, is money sign. King Simon, KINGSIMON 3158. That is my frequency numbers. That is my sigil for success and why I do the things I do. And that's a basic sigil. I can design a sigil for each one of you, and I will give you a sigil for each one of you, a sigil frequency for each one of you once you do a consultation with me. Once you do a consult, I'll give you your 4-number sigil. So 3, look at my 3, look at the 3. 3 represents expansion, growth, and being mindful of how I talk, but do talk up. Being mindful about how I talk, but do talk up, because if you're not mindful, you become reckless with your tongue. That's my 3. My 1 represents the leadership quality, my creative qualities, my creative abilities, but on the negative, it represents being indecisive. So I got to avoid being an indecisive, second-guessing person. I got to move on my spirit, the most powerful, most productive part of my spirit. 5 represents movement, flexibility, the ability to be adaptable, but also taking my visionary ideas and put it into fruition. 8 represents the money. That's the complete, that's the 8 frequency of it. That represents the money, the power, and handling money properly, the way you use money. So I can give you your 4-digit frequency that you can stay motivated on. Because if you operate on the lesser part of it, you won't do nothing. That's what numerology is here to guide you. And when you add it all together, it adds up to 17. And in numerology, the number 17 is the legacy leaving number. It's all about leaving legacy. That's why I wrote my books. I have 3 books. I got 7 more books to put out, but everything is to leave legacy for my children. So people with the 17, or you're born on the 17th of the month, or you have a 17, your name adds up to the 17 in numerology, you're supposed to leave a legacy for your family or your children or children's children or whatever. You're supposed to have or produce something that generates wealth. That's what the 17 represents. I teach all this in my class. And if you, like I said, before I get off, because I got to get off, I'm waiting for a few friends. I might get in contact with Brother Isaiah, the Duke of Tears. So I'm going to text him after I get off with y'all. He don't live too far from here. I'm going to see if we can link up. Isaiah, go to his website or his YouTube, Super Heru Radio, or Isaiah, the Duke of Tears. Go check him out. But if you want to participate in my class or any of my lectures that's coming up, I have Ashra Kwesi coming up. I got Sister Shahrazad Ali. I got Sister Phyllis Yvonne Stickney. I'm going to be doing a lot of theatrical plays and lectures together. The plays that I'm going to be producing in 2019, because I'm going into my 6th year. 6 represents theatrics and showing love to my community in a more theoretical or theatrical. In a theater way, acting way. I'm going to be producing more plays this year alongside the lecture. So the plays will last probably an hour. And then the lecture about what we've seen on the play, or what we've seen with the play, is going to be, the lecturer is going to speak on that subject. Like, so if it's molestation, if it's trafficking, they're going to do the play on that particular subject, act it all out, and then we're going to have somebody who's qualified to speak and break down what's going on with mental health, all of that's going on, so we can find solutions, so we can don't live in the problem of mental health, or after you've been molested or seduced or whatever happened to you. We're going to find solutions through the play and the lectures working together. That's what we're going to do. All right. So boom, I got to get out of here. I'm going to put up my Eventbrite King Simon Productions dot eventbrite .com, eventbrite.com. There's nothing really posted on there yet, but I will be posting something, everything up on January, either the end of January or on my birthday. Definitely on my birthday. I'll be posting all of the lectures, everything that's coming up on my birthday, February 1st. That's my birthday, or January 31st. I might do it right before, but that is and if you want to do a consultation with me, people, please write my number down and text me your full name and date of birth at 347-496-1022. The next time I come on, probably sometimes this week, probably on quote unquote Christmas Day, I will probably give y'all a little present and have y'all call in, and I'll do a reading, a quick 1 minute to 2 minute reading right on the air with you, family. So look out for that. Christmas Day or afternoon, I'm going to give y'all a Christmas present. Give y'all a Christmas present. So on the 25th, I'm going to do a reading, or I might do it for the New Year's. It's the 25th or the New Year's. I might do it on New Year's Day. Thinking about, because a few friends of mine wants to go to the beach on New Year's Day. So I'm going to be out here for a little bit, till New Year's. So if you're interested, family, make sure you tune in, share this video because everybody going to get it. Everybody, and it's 45 minutes, 46 minutes in the hour. Okay, let me run this down. Let me run it down real quick. Let me run down each year and what they represent. This time I'm gonna run it down from Lloyd Strayhorn's perspective. We'll run it down from Lloyd Strayhorn. Make sure you get his book, Numbers and You. Okay, good. Now, if you're in a number, this is how you find out your personal year. So I want everybody to run down, and I'm going to just do something brief, nothing major. I'm just going to show what it is from Lloyd Strayhorn's perspective out of his book, Numbers and You, each personal year and what it represents. Okay, I hope you're ready. So I'm just going to give you basic one-liners right now. So get ready. So I'm going to run from 1 through 11 through 22. I'm going to go all the way to the number 22 with this. Let me see what he got in his book. Yes, 22. All right, boom. If you're in, this is how you find out your personal year. Check this out. Again, if you're just tuning in, I'm talking about the personal year and how you get your personalized year of guidance. You add the month that you were born to the day that you were born and add the year that we're going in. So since we're all going into 2019, and 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 12, and 1 plus 2 equals 3, try to get it to that last digit number. Add everything up until you get that one number, except for master numbers 11. But like I said, I still do it because a lot of people don't stay on that high frequency. They always go to the lower frequency when you're dealing with master numbers. So I'm going to run it down. If you're in a number one personal year going in 2019, this is the theme of the one personal year is independence, new opportunities, and planting seeds. The theme of a number two personal year is patience, companionship, harmony, and teamwork. The theme of the number three personal year is imagination, expansion, self-improvement, and creation. The theme of a number four personal year is foundation, organization, structure, and work. The theme of a number five personal year is dramatic changes, freedom, public activity, and travel. I just came out of my number. I'm still in my number 5 year until my birthday on February 1st. I'm going into my 6th year. So for my 6th year now, for the 6th personal year, the theme of the 6th personal year is duty, domestic activities, family life, and responsibility. The theme of the number 7 personal year is inner growth, sabbatical, self-awareness, and self-discovery. The theme for a number 8 personal year is achievement, career, major moves, power, and recognition. The theme of the number 9 personal year, completion, dream fulfilled, endings, inspiration, and long trips. The theme of a master number 11 year, if it adds up to the master number after you add your month and your day with the year, if it adds up to a master number 11 or 22, use it. And still go back to the number 2 because 1 + 1 = 2. So add on to that by breaking it down to the last final digit, but add on. So for the theme for the personal 11 year is abstract impressions, revelations, things being revealed to you, and spiritual awakening. And last but not least, the theme for the master number 22 year is foundation, building, large undertaking, mastership, and the achievement of power. This is all coming out of my dear teacher, one of my teachers, Lloyd Strayhorn book. Make sure he got much more. He breaks it much more down. Get the book. But like I said, family, everything has duality. So I like to tell people their negatives. I got to tell you your negative or your lower frequency, because if you understand the lower frequency of all this good stuff that they just said, all this good stuff that Lloyd say, they don't really, sometimes Lloyd don't touch on the negative, but he does give you a touch of it a little bit, but he does give you what you need to look out for from a negative perspective inside the book. And my book, we go straight. I'm straight to the point, whatever I do. I'm straight. I give you the complications and I give you what's good. I give it to you straight. But there's so much more with numerology. So family, make sure you get a numerology session with me. Please text me your full name and date of birth at 347-496-1022. I do this from the heart. I do this with integrity. I do this that not really for the money, but it takes care of the bills and what I got to do. I have, like I said, I have 9 children. They be asking me for money, and I be trying to guide them with their numbers too. It ain't gonna kick in. It's starting to kick in with a few of my sons. Prince Imagine, he's definitely kicking with the numbers. Shia the barber, he's definitely kicking in with the numbers. My son Jalil the illustrious one, he's definitely kicking in with the numbers. Kalfani, one destined to rule, born of African birth, he's definitely kicking in with the numbers. And those are my older children. My daughters and them are they still on the fence. Everybody got my book. My younger children, they 13 and 12, about to be 14 and 12 and 13. They're just starting to get it. My youngest son, he's really starting to figure this out with the numbers. So it's good to get my children's book also, where you can learn. Go to Numbers Are Simple. Our Children's Health is Important. Get that book on Amazon or Kindle too. It's called Numbers Are Simple. Children's Health is Important. And this is my book for everyone. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Like I say, get Lloyd's book. It's my teacher. I'm going to keep on promoting him regardless whether he's alive or dead. That's how I'm going to promote him. That's my boy. And this Indian guy, very good with his information. Like I said, numerology is a guide. So get this by Harish Johari. It's at Nicholas Brooklyn if you're in Brooklyn or in New York. I want to say one love, namaste, hotep, and no-tep, like Brother Panic says. And stay focused, family. I'm going to go outside and enjoy myself and get a little relaxation before I go back outside, because I went for a workout on the beach. Very good. A lot of white folks out there working out, man. They got a gym on the beach. It's crazy. It's crazy out here in Miami. So I'm enjoying it. I love you people. I love and respect all of you. And like I said, whatever you do, make sure you do what you love to do, and you'll never work a day in your life. And make sure you do it with integrity and respect for yourself, your family, and the people that come to you. Because if I disrespect my name, I'm disrespecting my family name. I love you, and y'all be safe. All right? Peace.